Cameron, it's been a couple of weeks since the end of the 2024 women's soccer season. As you look back and kind of evaluate, talk about what you see as the highlights and areas of growth for this team.
Yeah, God is good all the time. His plans are better than my plans, and first and foremost, I want to do my job for Him. It's, college sports. It's the longest short season we get, this 20 games plus 2 exhibitions. When you look at it from the front end, you have a long journey ahead of you. When you look at it from the back, it flies by. And so I think first and foremost, as I look back, satisfied with the story of the season, with the attitude, with the character of our team, bitter that we don't come a little bit closer to first place and fight for the very top of the conference. But nonetheless, there's a lot of good takeaways, even when we look at standings. Third is improvement on last year, more total wins. Conference, I think, was overall tougher this season than last season, and we finished with the same conference record. That's a little bit bitter as well. Not to see another step forward there, but there were maybe intangible, or when we reflect how we did what we did, some positives there that we're happy about. And then, I didn't really bring this up here for sure, or too much within the team. But as we look back in the reality of the season, it was an injury-laden year. And not just a few, and big personalities as well that we miss. Obviously, just one example of that is we miss our captain following the first week of conference for the rest of the season. And then we miss another vice captain in half of the Tacoma games, so against the top two. And these are just small examples of, seven injuries that are difficult for the team. So I think that adds to the pride and probably the frustration of how the season goes. But it's wonderful. We got to see, the reality is when injuries happen, you get to see other players step up. And so they're, like I said, satisfied with the story of the season. I think we have to look at the reality of those injuries and how they impact us. The potential or what might have been. Out of respect, for those players, those people that we miss, and then out of understanding for why the season went the way it did. But nonetheless, we get to measure some progress, some growth. Like I said, we improve to third place from fourth. We're getting back into that position that Whitworth women's soccer, I believe, should be in. And now we want to try and maintain consistency and keep taking steps forward to fight for that top spot and make a little Whitworth women's soccer Northwest Conference history, win that first championship that we're pursuing.
What is the off-season going to look like for this team? What, as you go through the new year and into the spring, how's that going to play out?
Yeah. Whitworth soccer has always had a really cool futsal culture. Well, I say always, but that's just since the Busheys have been around here anyway. Maybe before then too, but cool futsal culture in that the team gets together 2-3 times a week through the winter months. We get back together for some strength and conditioning programming, late winter, early spring, and then hit the field running with 3 practices a day towards that middle and into late spring. So that's what it looks like structurally. Fundamentally, I hope we continue to take steps forward in our attitude, in the sense of competitive spirit. I learned a lot this season, I feel myself, in understanding the conditions, the teams that we play against. I think even deeper knowledge of what it is, to play in the Northwest Conference, how ready to battle you have to be. We pride ourselves in being a cognitive team. We have to also be physical, so I look forward to just embracing that even more in this off season. And a big part of that, I'm not a drill sergeant, so when I say our fitness regimen, maybe the stereotypical things to mind aren't exactly what we'll do, but but more so like how can we be really practically soccer fit? Can we outrun our opponents even more? Can we use our spring season not to suffer through it or trudge through it, but can we use our spring season to prepare us really for what's to come, that we can use our summertime well and come back another step fitter. I think we've taken steps forward in that way, but how can we come back even fitter and more ready in August? So we'll just kind of pave that way, looking ahead. So try and make every moment count, from enjoying the street soccer, the futsal in Graves Gym, to the conditioning, to the on the field work.
What makes you excited for next season already?
What comes to mind is the beauty of college sports. Like, every team is the same every year, and every team is different. You graduate your seniors, that's bittersweet, because you love to see these people hit such a wonderful milestone and then be able to look back on an athletic career as well. So we have college graduation and the culmination of an athletic career. That's a really cool thing. And then you get to see the next people, the next class, step into the upperclassmen realm, or at least step closer to it. So I love what spring is, that your freshmen get to start to become sophomores, juniors into seniors. And that leadership dynamic, the interpersonal like communication, the how you're going to embrace your steps forward as a team culture, replacing personalities in people. I'm really excited to see maybe another viewpoint of what we already got to see this season. Players step up and into roles. I look forward to just who can flourish, and as big personalities graduate, important personalities graduate, how can the next people and the next personalities step into this space and be themselves and really enjoy it. That will be an awesome experience for the whole group, and I'll enjoy it personally. Yeah.